says that only 7 to 11% engineers are employed, right? I'm just telling you the difference between engineer and being an engineer, right? So if you want to be an engineer, you should have the most important thing is right now is the lifelong learning. If you learn more, I think it will be pay more in your career. That's the
if I'm making anything more easier, I can call myself an engineer.
That's correct.
That's engineering.
What is engineering is making life simple, right? From like zip to rocket, everything is engineering, right? That makes life easier in some or other way. So that's what engineering means, right? So, but yeah, if you see from last, at least we see 100 years span of time, right? There are so many things that has happened already. If you see engineering perspective, right? So engineers are in nurture problem solvers. That's what is our core duty. So we have to solve the problems. It can be in any form, but the nature is going to solve some problem of the society in some or other way. Some things might be very visible, some things might not be so visible, but it's going to impact coming generations in a better way. Right? That's what we are aiming for. So if you see from last 100 years, a lot of things has already been changed, right? It has just in the recent 10 years, last 10, before 10 years, we would have thought something like AI can come, that can do things on its own, that will have kind of its own intelligence, that can find out the things, right? Do not have been imagined. 10 years ago, some people would have started, but majority of people would not thought aware, right? Lot of things nowadays like robots are doing, chatbots are doing, autonomous driving. These all things were not imagined maybe 20, 30 years ago. Right? So these are like what engineering is doing, like kind of I would say it's a very noble profession, and kind of where we have lots of scope to contribute back to the society, right? While working with your jobs, earning from it, even though you can contribute back to the society.
From harvesting, while they are harvesting, the new techniques they are using to make it very easier. So like this, the engineering affected on the agriculture, and it was developed more compared to previously. Then recently, not I don't know if recently or not, they have a new branch they have introduced like agriculture engineering.
That was correct. In agriculture also, if you see, in India it might not be visible that much, but if you go to some countries, like who have, like they have automated doing a lot of things, right? They have like from tools, like small tools to big tools. Even I have seen some even the robots are doing some basic things like sewing and reaping and all those things, right? Even robots are being used for as a labor, because nowadays like labor thing is very difficult to get in agriculture. My father was from farmer, so that's what I know. Our challenge will be to get the laborers for working for the field and all. So those things slowly coming, so going to improve, but not does not end there. It also goes to this there's something called soil science. So a lot of your agriculture depends even on soil quality and how it is, right? So again, the scientists and engineers come together and develop some techniques that can tell you how much it is to the soil, how you can improve it.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to talk about how AI has changed modern engineering. Artificial intelligence, right? Build something from scratch and make it, give it a brain so that it starts learning by itself. From a very from give a foundation, right? It's like a child that is born and then it learns things by itself as you takes inputs, use outputs, and it's a complete process of learning. So, as an engineer, one should be proud that this kind of a mechanism has come up for us, right, through years of development, of course, but at the same time, we have to see how it makes every category of work easier, right? Be it designing or finance or we say copywriting also to that extent, and to engineering services also, where we give it one gist of what we need and it gives you a whole work. Right? So using this to our advantage is what we need to focus on. At the same time, we have to also make sure that it is supervised. So it can go out of hand because once it starts learning by itself, right, it can have it can break barriers and do thinking in ways that we might not to think of. So it is the responsibility of the engineer itself in the end, because after all, whoever created AI will be blamed if something goes wrong, and not the machine itself, right? So that's where an engineer needs to be responsible. And yeah,
Point your Vinesh mentioned is correct. AI is, yeah, easing out the things, but one negative aspect is that how much ethical it is, right? It can go out of the way, might someone can misuse it to do something like that is not good for society. So obviously, a lot of things is going in that discussion is happening. How much we should depend on that? How much we should allow it to do the things, right? Always, see, nothing can be human mind. Right? So some artificial intelligence AI also is built by someone human being, right? So it cannot surpass. So, but we need to be very kind of vigilant of what all is happening and what all is doing, right? And should be ethical, should be within the boundaries of what is allowed. What is allowed.
Yeah, innovation in engineering shaping tomorrow's world. So it's a very general topic because engineer itself means someone who is able to analyze the particular problem, think in such a way that it's creative as well as it's solving the problem in certain ways, and it's also sort of creating a wealth out of it, both to the person who has designed it, that is the engineer himself, and to the society, right? So earlier when we see engineering was very limited to very few studies. Like you could see civil in the areas of civil, mechanical, and we had computer science that came up later. Then we had electrical engineering, something that we all are common with electronics and communication arose after that. And we have many engineering fields that are arising. As Shrishti told, agricultural engineering is one, sound engineering is the other one that I have closely dealt with. So these are all the studies that are, in itself taking up a certain road, or you can say a path, wherein a specialized technology is being studied and innovations are made in that particular area, right? So it's kind of advantageous, we can say, but during that particular procedure, it shouldn't happen that you're creating a limitation for yourself, right? So why I said so is because the other day when my brother is also he's pursuing engineering, and he's now in the second year. So when I asked him what are all the subjects you're studying and what are all the concepts that you're taking when learning in maths, he told that there are a lot of studies in mathematics that are limited only for EC students, and a lot of other students are there who are only studying related to subjects that are related to CS engineering, right? So in that particular way, if you go, then you are basically limiting yourself. You're not learning many things. So one particular moral that you can learn from this is that everyone is an engineer, right? From the fields, or when you can say a particular farmer is also an engineer because he knows how to use that particular animal, the cow, and or cow or buffaloes or bulls to plow the field with the help of that particular instrument. He did it all by himself. No one taught him. No one taught a particular man to create a wheel all by himself, right? He learned it through various trials and errors. He came to that particular area and to the particular stage where he could invent it in that particular area, right? So that's what it means. Everyone is an engineer. We just have to recognize that, identify that, and work towards it, right? And also, there shouldn't be any barriers when you're talking about innovations, because innovations doesn't happen pre-planned, right? It starts with observation. It starts with problems that you can find in your day-to-day life. That's how millionaires have been brought up. That's how Facebook came up. That's how Amazon came up, right? And that's how these billionaires were born. So that's the only motto for all of us, so that we can get a work for ourselves and also do better for the society, and take our world to a place wherein it's simpler as well as it's the life is made.
Engineers as entrepreneurs building innovation and business. So engineers can grow the business because they are, like as Sir said, logical thinking and logical analysis is the main part of engineering. So I think they can, the normal person will see only the problem and he will say that is the problem. But the engineer will think beyond the problem and also will decide or will give a solution to those problems, which can be a next, as he said, next Facebook or SpaceX. So engineers can build business and provide business so that others also will get the chance to innovate or chance to work under them. So every big business which we can see in nowadays are the results of the thinking of some engineers coming together, forming a group and building a companies or the organization together. So I can say that one of the best quality of engineer is entrepreneurship.
So I think engineering is the one profession that has a mother of all professions. So engineers go in each and every field except engineering. Few people come engineering also, but they will go become MBA, they will go to BSc, civil services, they will go to filmmaking, film industry, and they will do everything else also apart from engineering. Engineering is just to know that okay, what I want to do next, right? And like, it's also a very big responsibility when you are an engineer, because I hope I think definitely everyone when we got doing electronics engineering, when you go back home, when I went back after first semester, something was not working at home, let's say TV or something, fridge or something. The first question, can you fix this? If you can't fix, then what are your electronics engineering? So that expectation they start having. They are still smaller issues. World is still having a bigger issue than that. Right? You accept it or don't accept it, we all have a big responsibility, right? Very big shoes to fill when you are an engineer.
So we wake up to the alarm, then navigate through the traffic with the help of GPS, then come to the work where we use the tools that has been engineered so that for the efficiency and accuracy. From the simple devices to the complex systems, we engineers have solved and solving the everyday problems. Thomas Edison, when inventing the bulb, he was successful after thousands of attempts. So a person when he once asked Thomas that what was the reason, why did you about his failure, he did not tell that he failed. He told he found a thousand different. He found thousand different ways that leads him to the success. From attendance systems to developing an instruments in the medical devices, we engineers are making a world better place to live, because apart from the poets, I guess engineers are the only people who look into the world very deeply and are able to transform the problems into the solutions. So I can say that we engineers are not only builders but also the architect of solutions.
Engineering is the next very closer thing that is near to magic. So sometimes engineering nothing is like magic. There was some issue and you put in something and let's say your cloth is too dirty. Just put in a machine, it comes out very clean, right? Before you mentioned a washing machine, that would have been a very vague idea. How can it be possible? How can someone do cleaning and all these things? Right? So that's what. It's very close to magic if you feel that, if you understand the importance of what all things. So until the invent of pacemaker, people would not have thought that some device can work can support heart in its working. Right? So there are many such examples that are around us. So which would not have been possible without the engineering brain, innovation, and the creativity we all have. Right? As an engineer.
Yes, good. As Abhishek said, that's come along where now we are launching reusable rockets, and something which was called a theory has been now proven true. That is talking about the black hole. Yeah, which was called as theory due to the technological advancements.
Now it has been proven that through a telescope it is true. And you should be proud of being in this field because something, when you talk about space, it is infinite. So you should be proud enough that we are measuring the infinite. We are close to measuring an infinite, something which is called infinite and it is infinite.
Innovation and technology has impacted education greatly, but sadly we realized and appreciated it when a world pandemic hit us. So when the pandemic hit the world, we understood that how much technology is required for access of education itself. From the comfort of our homes itself, we were able to study the subjects. And without technology, if you would consider that situation, education itself would be halted, which would have greatly affected the entire world in a very bad way. And also through engineering in education, the access to education has improved. So we are not bound by our cities that we live in. We can, through online education, we can access elite institutions and we can learn subjects, we can learn theories beyond certain boundaries. And also nowadays in many classrooms we have smart classrooms and all, through which we can study better through visualizing concepts in a better way. So education is not just limited to theory, to technology and innovation. Hands-on experience has also improved. So by this hands-on learning, we are also improving our creative thinking skills, and we are improving the quality of education to engineering, by which we are able to bring up more better engineers for society.
Seminar 3 days seminar that was AI. It was AI. There I had privilege to see like humanoid teacher. So it's like ChatGPT you put and it gives you as a text as a prompt. It is like a teacher you give as a voice command it will answer your question. So that was very kind of like, I was thinking I'm seeing future next 10 years or 20 years. It might happen that those things. Obviously, we need some supervision from the people, but okay, one people can supervise maybe 5 humanoids. We might not need those many people in this profession for like basic levels, right? So that was a very kind of fascinating thing I saw, and obviously, like, see, if I see my childhood, if I remember, if I have stuck somewhere, let's say some mathematical problem or something, I have to either wait next day to go to school, ask my teacher, or wait for some tuition teacher, or wait for some senior who already knows. But now everything is on your tip of your hand. There are many websites, many chatbots and all. Just put a question, it will give you the complete answer step by step. So that is kind of I feel like it's enhancing the like speeding the learning process. Okay? If you are interested in it, right? So and it's reducing a lot of human load. Okay. Otherwise that would have gone to teacher, 10 people coming asking same question, teachers can be done in job, right? So those all things are getting eliminated because of this smart solution we have in the current day.
Today I read a piece of very interesting news. So as you all might be knowing, there's a war going on between Israel and Lebanon. So these Lebanon are kind of terroristic people. They are doing all sorts of things in Israel. So these people, they were using a small pager. You all might be knowing what is a pager. It used to be a very small device, which was used only for text messaging. There is no voice caller. So these people, it's very difficult to track these pages for any location or anything like that. So because of that feature, these terrorists they were using it to attack Israel at various places. So these pages were made by a Taiwanese company. So 3 months back, these terrorist group they ordered 5,000 pieces of this pager from a Taiwanese company. Somehow Israel came to know. And what Israeli people did, they went to that company, they took those pagers and injected 3 grams of explosive in each of those pages. And yesterday, all these 5,000 pages they were exploded immediately all at one time, all across Lebanon, killing some 9 people and injuring more than 6,000, mostly terrorists. So this is how technology is being utilized for. I mean, this is yesterday's news. This is how technology is being used. So it's always good to celebrate the capability of an engineer or basically what technology can do. But the thing is that we as professionals of engineering or people working in that fraternity, we need to be more sensible about what all we are doing. Again, what I'm trying to say is we are working on such high cutting edge technology, but it's always good to be sensible of what we are doing and how we are utilizing the products and results of our capabilities. It's good to look at the bright side of things, but it's also equally important to look at the dark side and look at how things can go wrong and where how much sensitive and how much sensible we need to be so that the technology remains in responsible hands and uh, we can make good use of it. Ultimately, it's used for our well-being. Thank you.
Talk about the role of closer that we are thinking, and the art of the revolutions are autonomous vehicles. The car, the autonomous car, they can drive themselves without any human, and its engineer would make this possible. And they are the driving force of developing this autonomous vehicle. And in addition, engineer also playing key role in that impacting environment, like they are developing electrical autonomous vehicle so that they can reduce emission and practice more sustainable. As increasing the technology by engineering, the autonomous vehicle become more safer and greener and more useful.
Engineers plays a critical role for building innovation solutions. For example, engineers contribute in a lot of fields like renewable energy, like in solar, wind, and geothermal energy. And then waste management, the engineers plan to use waste into energy. And then for like like in pollution water, polluted water.
High scarcity of water. So they have set up big plants, desalination plants. So they take sea water and then they desalinate and then they supply to the entire country, not like one city and other entire country. They do like that. And there are like many small devices at every home that I think appliances nowadays are available. Right? One thing that will be on the betterment of the world and environment in overall. I would want you to like think upon and work. And one thing I would definitely request you guys, don't forget before being engineer you are a human being. So always have that sensibility, have that emotional intelligence, try to understand people. Even though we are engineers, we are working on a lot of machines, or we are not machines, or we are human beings. So at the end of the day, have those human qualities, understand each other, because mental health is really something we all might be going through or might go in later phase of your life. So if you have supporting friends, supporting colleagues, and family members, I think world will be a better place. We just don't need machines; we need good human beings for a better.